Next up, fostering inclusion through social media, risks and opportunities. Here to talk to you about it, please welcome Łukasz Gabler, representing TikTok, no less, Public Policy Managers Central Europe. Hello there.
Hello, hi. I hope you can hear me well. Hi.
We can see you and we can hear you very well, which is not a rule today, so we're all the more grateful.
That's great.
Now,
first, yeah.
Yeah, please. Before we address
Okay, so just let me say that I'm very happy that TikTok is a partner of this conference, and thank you for inviting us. I mean, to be a part of this inspiring debate on trend challenges and best practices regarding inclusion and diversity.
In your experience, Łukasz, let's start with a really tough one. Do social media foster or hamper inclusion in your experience?
So I would argue that, I mean, platforms generally, social platforms have made it easier for everyone and for people with diverse backgrounds to connect, to interact, to be seen and heard, as well as for many users of the platform also to discover how diverse society is. So I think that we simply foster that inclusion. I mean, we've made it easier for people to overcome barriers in traditional environmental and social context. And we also provided some kind of a space and also, I mean, technological tools, I mean, to give voice for those who have before had no chance to be visible. I mean, in case of TikTok, for example, a platform which is based on the short video format, I'm just saying it because among the audience, there might be people who don't know what TikTok is. We've opened the world for the people. We've opened the people for, we've opened the world for discussion for the people who had problems with communication via other platforms, like, I mean, which required writing skills or a special movie edition tools. So I would say yes, that we are fostering the inclusion, both through giving the space for those, for people with all the backgrounds to have, I mean, to be visible, to express themselves, to make we help their voices to be heard, and on the other hand, we also, I mean, show the diversity of the society to all of the users of the platforms.
Łukasz, I would also like to ask you, because it's I suppose clear to everyone that by creating a platform that emphasizes creative freedoms, promotes, encourages freedom, and offers fantastic tools to express yourself creatively, but in terms of all those areas that we are talking about. But I was also earlier this year at a great meeting where you discussed diversity and inclusion basically alone, and very interesting examples and very interesting TikTok users came to the meeting to really explain what we are talking about. But my question is, first of all, how do you understand inclusion? And then can you give us more examples of what you do about it?
Okay. Yeah, so inclusion, I mean, as we all know, it's like a kind of an ongoing effort to ensure that that people with all backgrounds have access to all, I mean, to have the possibility to fully participate in society or in the economy. And we in TikTok are very committed to this effort, first of all, by making our community inclusive and open. Secondly, through providing inclusive solutions. And of course, I mean, through creating an inclusive place. So what you've mentioned, in case of our community, every day we work to create a kind of, not a kind, but a welcoming and authentic community which is respecting differences between people and appreciates them. And as I've mentioned earlier, we've also tried to create a place for everyone to be heard and for everyone to be able to express themselves. And our community is very diverse, and it's not only diverse across the ethnicities, but also across genders, ages, professions, locations, and creativity. You can especially see it when you enter the app. And the first thing that you see is the For You feed page, where we recommend the content for the user. And I mean, when you scroll it down, you see people with all body shapes, all sexual orientations, all kind of jobs. And despite the young myth that is around the TikTok, also of people with different ages. And I mean, this is what makes our platform so great, and that's why I mean we are admired, and that's how we take care of having
Łukasz,
this community so diverse.
Łukasz said what happens when you enter the app, we might say in a jocular fashion, don't, it will suck you in. But seriously, my question to you, Łukasz, you've been at TikTok for a relatively short period of a few months only, is that correct? And earlier you had some background. Yeah? And you had some background in diplomacy.
Yes, I've joined.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I've joined the TikTok only 4 months ago, so I'm quite of a fresh addition to the team here in Poland.
With a fresh
and
perspective.
As you've mentioned, yes, also I think so. Yes, and as you've mentioned, I have a very varied work experience. I mean, which ranges from working for the public administration, as well as the diplomacy and international consultancies, and now I'm in for TikTok.
But the reason I'm asking you is, Łukasz, because you're one of the few diversity and inclusion professionals working for a major brand who has gone through a formal gender studies curriculum, university level, MA level, right? In Sweden for like 2 years, correct?
Yes, that's
So
that's true. Almost.
What has it given you in the context of your current role? If you could share some aspects related to how this has benefited your work now.
Okay, yes, I mean, that's true. I mean, almost 8 years ago, I finished gender and intersectionality studies at Linköping University in Sweden. I do very often get this question why I've decided to study gender, and the answer is rather a simple one. I mean, the issues of equality and non-discrimination and social expectations about women and men mainly were very interesting for me, and are still interesting. And you've asked whether it was worth to take this extra effort. Yes. So I would say definitely yes. I mean, not only due to the fact that I've learned, I mean, quite a lot, that I've found the answers to a lot of the questions that I had, but also that I've learned, I mean, many useful techniques of critical analysis. And I also had an experience, I mean, to see how the educational system works outside Poland. Mm-hmm. And of course, finding yourself once more in this academic environment and, being a student once more is a kind of a refreshing experience for someone who works.
It always is. Łukasz, Barbara, I'm looking at the chat window, and Barbara sounds a little unconvinced. Listen to her question, please. So what's the definition of inclusion for TikTok, really?
Really, I think that what I said, it's basically, I mean, the same thing. I mean, to keep the community that we have on the platform open and inclusive. I mean, to create a space for everyone to be heard and seen, and feel safe as well. We also look at the inclusion through the perspective of the technology that we provide to the people. We, of course, want to be sure that our application is available for every group. So there are the features which help, I mean, different vulnerable groups also to use our application. So it's all about the accessibility. Of course, as I told you, I mean, we try to be a champion, a global champion in diversity and inclusion in terms of the working place. So we follow not only the global policies, but also here in Poland, we act in accordance with the diversity chart that we have signed this year in May as well. Yeah.
And TikTok in Poland is growing with ever more ambitious projects and a team of over 100 people working for TikTok Poland alone, I would imagine by now. So it's a very dynamic environment and lots of promising projects, I would imagine.
I think so. That I mean, the group of people that I'm working with, it's still growing. So I imagine that the projects will be also, I mean, coming with all those who start working with us, and the perspectives are only good for the Polish community
So
to experience them.
As far as inclusion and TikTok is concerned, I suppose it's fair to close with, "We'll be watching you."
Okay, that's fine. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you for being.
All the best.